right, this is going to be how to access some of the watch features from your phone. So run into the Galaxy Wearable app. In there, you can find watch faces, and this is just the first one that I'm on, analog dashboard. As you select it, as I've done, you can kind of see that you have a bunch of things laid up on the top there. As you hop into indexes, you can see you can kind of push back and forth, and it changes obviously the indexes of the watch. Next up, you got background color, which this one face you have two options, and most of it is black and white. Following that, you can start altering the complication colors, or the colors of the different items on the watch face itself, which is really cool. Add the different levels of customization. Following that color, you have options to adjust the complications themselves, depending on what the watch face is. They can have anywhere from 1 to 4. This particular one has 4, and there's a great amount of options you have there. A bunch come from Samsung Health. You've got a litany of exercises you can do, along with just a bunch of other basic information. Weather, obviously rain, clock, even sleep as well, which is kind of interesting. And those rules apply really to the rest of the complications themselves. Every single complication has just about the same apps that you can go and choose from. It's just up to you which order you want to have it in. And this is going to be all the same stuff we just saw, but if you wanted to take care of it on your watch instead of on your phone, this is how you do it. So as I had done, you'd hold down on the home screen, and once you do that, it pulls up a bunch of different watch faces you can do, and then using the side bezel you can scroll through or just use your finger. Once you select on one, you have all the same different options as you had on the phone to adjust it, as you have here on the watch as well. First up is the indexes. As you can see, you can swipe up and down to go through the different options on the indexes. Swiping left and right will allow you to adjust the different settings of the watch so that way, not just the settings within the setting, if that makes sense. So that was background color, and now I've gotten to the complication color as I've swiped from right to left again. And as you swipe up and down, you have access to all those same colors. Swiping from right to left one more time gives you the complication screen. And in this one, you don't swipe more times to get there. It's just a simple tap on the button that you see on the watch face, and then it brings you into the scroll list of potential apps you have to choose from. And that's how you do it on your watch. From the wearable app, as you select apps and then app settings, it brings up your app drawer. And this will help show you all the apps you have on your phone that are compatible with your watch. While you're in here, you have the access and the ability to push and hold upon whatever app you want and then drag and drop it however you see fit. I've gone ahead and done this myself, and I organized it in alphabetical order just so that it makes sense to me. As you exit that and come back to the apps page, you can also click into app settings, and this allows you to change permissions off and on for Bixby, weather, phone, so on and so forth. And this is going to be accessing your apps from the watch itself. As you swipe up from the bottom, you have your entire app drawer there available to you. You can scroll up and down. You do have the same capability on the phone as far as pushing and holding an app that you can drag it and drop. You are not able, however, to access app settings, Bixby, weather, and so on and so forth from your watch itself. Now this here is going to be the tiles section of the watch, and these are the tiles that I'm currently running. I have my daily activity to start. My next one over, I'm running my multi-workouts. Following that, my health summary, blood oxygen, body composition, and ECG. Now these, as other apps here on the watch, you can drag and hold and then move it however you want them. And then on top of that, there's also a large list of further apps and tiles, I guess you could say, that you could add to the watch and then use from there. And these are things that are definitely worth looking through to see what would better fit your needs. Here's the tile section of the watch. As you swipe from right to left on the home screen, it brings you to your tiles, and then you can swipe through there or use the scroll wheel to access all the rest of them. Now these are all the same things that you saw that I showed on my phone that I had for the tiles that I was running. To add, you're going to just push the add tiles at the end of the list, and then you can use the scroll wheel or scroll through and find these are all the exact same tiles that you saw down in that list below. It's just a faster, maybe more simpler way to do it on your watch. And then as you select it, it'll add it to the back of the list, and then from there you can drag and drop and adjust it. Now the last section in the wearable app is the quick panel settings, and as you come into here, these are the first 6 quick panel settings that I have access to here that I use quite consistently. I have them ranked in order from most used to least used here. And then this is the next page over. Again, as with all things here on the watch, if you do want to rearrange, it's a simple push and hold and drag, and you can move them however you want them, up, down, left, and right. You can also pull from and pull down to the app section down below in the available buttons, or you can pull from the available buttons and push and hold and drag those up to the top, and it will place them however you need them. And from there, you can adjust them. Now, for adjusting the buttons on the watch itself, it's you on the home screen, you pull down from the top, and from here you can swipe left and right and adjust the buttons. To adjust the buttons here, just as you can with everything else Samsung, it's a simple push and hold, and then to rearrange it wherever you think you would want it. As you scroll to the very end, there you find your plus button, and these are the rest of the buttons that you can add that were in the bottom tray on the phone. And from here, you just select it, and then it will throw it up into that list, and then you will be good to go. Now this you're going to want to do to get the most out of your Galaxy Watch. You're going to go to your settings, and then we're going to navigate down to Samsung Health. And from here, this is going to allow you to basically give the watch permission to send you all kinds of different health notifications and make sure you know what's going on. The first one here is just inactive alerts. So I have it after 50 minutes. It lets me know that I should get moving. Following this, I have it tracking my heart rate continuously. And once it hits up to 120 beats per minute or whatever you find that you think is a good upper range for heart rate, it will then send you a notification. The same goes for the lower heart rate. You can set the lowest amount you want your heart rate to get to before your watch notifies you that your heart rate is too high or too low. Following this, you can just give the watch permission to track your daily activity, steps, so that it can auto-detect workouts and auto-detect your sleep. I do recommend having all these on to get the most out of your watch. Following this, we can go and adjust your heart rate measurement. Obviously, measuring continuously like mine is on is going to increase battery use. Same with stress. You can change it to every 10 minutes and still get a fairly accurate reading. Snore detection as well is helpful if you are a loud sleeper. Following this, you do have your auto-detect workouts, and you can select which workouts you do think are relevant to auto-detect. Some of these I have on, I don't need on, and other ones I do enjoy having on. Location is helpful to have on as well, which I have mine off currently for battery. It is helpful to have it on when you are running or walking. Helps keep it a track of where you've been. All right, guys, I wanted to throw this in here. This is one of 2 ways you can charge your watch, and this is probably the most common way to do it. It can be one of the faster ones as well. Simply plug this into the brick and let the cable charge it. Now, if your phone supports wireless reverse charging, this is how you're going to do it. You try to just line it up in the center of your phone. On my S21 Ultra, I had it there the first try, and from there you can see it's going to start pulling charge. This doesn't charge quite as fast as you would if it's plugged into a cable, into the wall, obviously, but it still does provide a fast enough charge. After 20-30 minutes, you have enough use to get through your whole day.